All right, guys. Let me know how the volume is, because I think my voice is quite loud right now. Depending, of course. Hey, Curious, how you doing? Sai, how you doing? Mainly games. What's up? How you doing? Dude, look at this. We got some fog action going on. You see the little preview window up here? Well, this song's emotional. Fog. The voice is perfect. Oh my god. Perfect. Perfect voice. I need some of this coffee. Hang on here. But oh, what's up, man? Lots of progress. There's a bit of progress. Not crazy, but you know. Let's tear this over here. Let's go ahead and we're gonna disable this for now. And then the camera, I'm gonna turn that off for now. There's some weird lighting stuff going on, I'm just realizing. Let's do this. That seems to have fixed a little bit of it. Anyways, I'm going to be working on these vines today. Just getting like the mesh kits out the door. Hola, what's up, Polygons? How you doing? You talking about this preview? If I turn this one on, turn this one off. Oh yeah, I gotta turn this on too. Yeah, it's weird. I'm still getting used to like how it works. But I mean, in due time, we'll get that all set up. I just wanted to test it out and see how that all happened. I'll just kill these off. But yeah, some details starting to come in. Starting to get some cool angles and stuff. When even like if you turn on like the default fog, just getting some separation in there is pretty nice. See info on what? Some fine vines. Be downing. What are you trying to figure out? Neil, how you doing, man? Yeah, it's good to see you. All right, let's get going on these vines. You may experience some frame rate hiccups at some point. Just bear with me. Sometimes it's like I'm sitting there rendering the splines. Yeah, mango, dude, for sure. Oh, look at all these empty mesh containers. What am I doing? Splines again. My nemesis. No. Not like this. Oh, why am I even doing it like this? I think it might be better to just... Oh, God. Which one do I want to... Oh, this one's kind of... It has height fog if you're into that. If you're into that kind of stuff. Yeah, no. I think when we started getting into the rendering aspects of like trying to make the scene look good, it's we're gonna be looking at all that stuff. How you doing, by the way? Is it Gustafsson? Is that how you say it? Gustafsson? Sort of. So good. That song's pretty cool. I've never heard this one before. Oops. Much busier. Yeah, it's weird. So this is like their newest spline, right? There's some weird stuff you can do with it as well. Like this point here, like look what that does. It's really interesting because like you can do let's see here. So if I did something like this and you grab this corner point, you can use that to round. There's some useful things in it. It's still strange. I grew up on Mac splines, you know, so. So you can grab this to kind of round instead of grabbing the Bezier. That's cool. Yeah, the other thing that's weird is by default it does individual, so like you have to hold shift every time you want to do any Bezier changes. You probably want to bring these all to the same plane like this. One thing that's nice is it treats everything kind of like verts. So like if you wanted to, if you go to vert mode, you can grab these, which is weird at first, I think, but you could do some interesting things with it probably. So the one thing I don't like about these right now is they're very all the same distance from each other. Oh, that's cool. Oh, there's a GitHub link to it as well. What's up, dude? Yeah, making some vines. I liked the thickness of these ones. What are these ones at? Curve. Or would it render the other ones too? Oh, that's weird. I suppose. Just kind of getting these on the same plane so they're usable in the same sense. Whoa. Shadow, what's going on, man? Thanks, dude. How you doing? There we go. I was like, isn't there a way to isolate these, like, in a better way? So what I need to do, actually... Nothing much, huh? Cool. Sounds chill. That's not bad. There's a lot of extra geo we can get rid of, but save that for another day. Is that... My computer is being really loud. Yeah, I did get a haircut. I got some hairs trimmed. Most of them, at least. Yeah, I'm just using a mouse. Oh, wow. That's gross. What is this? That's a thing that we put behind like that. And then we never look at it again. Hey, John, what's up, man? How you doing? Hey, Steven. Hope all is well. This thing is so unoptimized, but I don't care right now. It's all about making it look interesting. Oh yeah, so the flat vines I'll be doing as well. These ones are the more like high, I guess you call high quality ones. Oops. Yeah, this is the part of the geo that got really weird. I might, let's see here. It's like, come on, don't twist. You don't want to twist. This twisting thing is so weird. There we go. That works. That's because it was welding side counts that are different. It's crazy that I can still even just think that. You think you're retarded. That's terrible. I'm sure you're fine. Hero prop vines. Kappa. You guys have a good weekend? Oh yeah, I said I was going to talk about the dream I had the other day. Oh, it was weird, man. You guys want to hear it? It's really strange. It's going to be hard to tell it too. It's a strange one. The bestest of weekends? Dude, awesome. Inception? No way. Dude, that'd be... I don't know if I can handle that. Wow, this thing is really, hang on here. This thing is really long. Fam day? It's fam day. Okay, Lip Popcorn, let's go. Alright, so when my dream starts, you know how, like, sometimes your dreams just kind of start and you just are wherever you are? So I'm in this, like, hallway. I got some friends around. Karma's with me. We're just kind of walking. And I think it's the entrance of my old high school. I think. So we're walking out, and then I look back, and it's like, oh, it's the entrance. And we're in this, like, weird, like, courtyard thing. And we're like halfway up a mountain, like 3/4 of the way up a mountain. And it's just like this little plateau area before the mountain continues upward. But what's weird is the mountain kind of looks like a it's like a in production, like a construction site of a ski resort. Family day. Is it family day? What? Or are you just talking about because we're all here? So, yeah, it's like a ski resort, but the ski resort's like Disney. So it's like a Disney-themed ski resort, but it's during the summer, so it's like under this weird construction state. And so that's all going on, and that was super weird. And then it gets even more weird. So, like, the entrance, exit, whatever you want to call it, that I walk out of with all of my friends. Oh snap! How's it going? Love the streams in Discord. Give something, dude. Thanks, man. You're learning a lot. Awesome. Thanks for the 1,000 bits, dude. So, God, this story is so weird. Where was I? So there's the entrance thing. That we, I guess for my sake, it's an exit. But we come out of there, and I'm looking around. I'm like, what the hell? We're in like this weird ski resort thing. But, you know, you're in a dream, so it's not actually all that weird. And so, like, I go back, and I turn around, and there's this weird holographic thing that's starting to happen around me. And it's like holograms of, I think it's my parents' graduating class, but they're in like middle school. Veyron, what's up? So they're in like middle school, and they're all in like little like old school like 4-wheel skates. And it's like they look like they're from like the 60s. And they're just skating around, and I can see like all my dad's brothers, because, you know, they're all really close in age. So they all went to the same school and everything when they were growing up. Oh, it's so weird. And like I see my uncle and stuff. It's super strange. It's very Back to the Future, dude. And then we continue forward. We make our way into this other entrance, and there's like a hallway that looks like part of a mall from like my hometown. And then like where am I? What is this? There we go. And then like after all of that, there's like these scientists chasing around these little Swedish meatball things. Yeah, man. Swedish meatballs. They're like bouncing around everywhere. Very similar to flubber, but they're just like fleshy looking things. And there's all these scientists chasing around. I get cut off by this kid and like this whole other class of kids. They're like dressed up like vampires, and they're going into this auditorium to my left. And they're going to like scare these kids. But the kids are like, it's like fun, right? So it's like part of something that's going on over there. I can hear like all the kids laughing and stuff, and they go in there, and then like as the kids like pass by, I go back to the scientists, and I'm looking at those guys. I'm like, okay, they're still chasing around these little meatball things, and then one of the meatball things, this is where it gets really strange. One of the meatball things just kind of stops, and then the inside of it like rolls around and like rips open, and then this smaller meatball, but with like teeth and stuff, like pops out. And the scientist is like trying to like, he's trying to grab it, and it like hops up onto his scarf, and it's like eating his scarf, but it's like super fast, right? It's like a little Pac-Man Swedish meatball with terrible looking teeth. He's like trying to stop it and stuff, and then like his finger gets caught in it, and it just like consumes his hand backwards. It's so like visceral and disgusting, but there's no blood. And it's just like eating his arm. And I'm telling him to like go see my dad, because my dad's like he's like a PAC. But I'm like, why am I telling him to go see my dad? Because like my dad's he's like a kid hologram. Dude, it's so weird. And so like I'm telling him to go like see my dad, and the guy's like panicking, and the thing's like up his sleeve now, and it's just eating his arm. And then I woke up and I had to go take Madu to pee. Oh, dude, it was so weird. It was kind of terrifying. It was terrifying, but like you're also in like this weird like sense of awe. Yeah, it's super strange. That one goes in the bucket as like one of the weirdest dreams I've had so far. I don't dream very often. So I'm kind of like a robot. When I lay down, I'm gone. Like I pass out. But I think the other one that is really crazy is it's kind of cool. It like taps into my sci-fi nerd action. Basically, the human race is kind of unified at this point. We're like sending probes into space, and we're just trying to like learn all this stuff. Sounds like a nice world, right? And we send a probe to the sun to understand more about it, because it's going to be blowing up soon and blah blah blah. That's how far ahead in the future this is. So we send this probe to the sun, and we built this like really good shield to like protect it from all the heat and radiation and stuff, so that it can actually get really close. Like almost into the valleys of the plasma before it like vaporizes. And so it gets really, really close. And then it breaks through the surface of the sun without like vaporizing. We're like, what? You know, and we're like, you're trying to understand what's going on. And then at the same time, it starts like giving us all of this information. And like all the telemetry that it's giving us is basically telling us that the sun isn't a star. It's like this shield layer thing that's protecting this really tiny planet on the inside core. And then like inside there's like this little planet, and there's this whole like race of aliens that have been utilizing like the radiation, like the inverse of the radiation from the outside of the sun. They're like absorbing all of that and utilizing it for all of their culture and their civilization and stuff. And then the moment we break through it, we essentially cause like a collapse in their economy because of, you know, all the stuff that they can't harvest now, because their whole sky essentially is collapsing on them and they have no energy. So they like attack us, and then we go into this, like, my dream is super long too. Like we go into this 10-year war against this alien race that's inside of the sun. And then we're also panicking too, because like our sun is essentially not what we thought it was, and it's like collapsing, and this is a weird ass dream. It was super strange, let me tell you. I'm trying to make sense out of this thing here. Trying to remember my own signature, dude. You know, when you get a person's number in Sweden, they have you, when you first sign up for it, this is like your social security number for Americans in chat. They have you sign this document when you're doing the paperwork, and that signature, you better know that signature, because like, what is it, like 2 months go by and I have to go and pick up my person's number card, and I couldn't replicate my signature, and they're just like, dude, we can't give this to you unless you can prove it's you. Like, oh god. And so I'm sitting there trying to like replicate my own signature while there's like a line of people behind me that like, I just get the vibe they want to be out of there now. It's like being at the DMV. And I'm just kind of like, can't even replicate my own signature. It's terrible. It took me like 10 tries, and then the lady's like, oh, I'm not supposed to show you your signature, but then she like gives me a peek because like she needs the line to keep moving. Ultimate failure. How embarrassing. This is something they need to figure out. Like, you can't grab the point you just threw down very easily. Dude, this song is freaking weird. Yeah, my signature is terrible. I can't even replicate it on stream. Like, it kind of looks like this is how I make vines, guys. It's like trying to imitate my own signature. And then I just get vines out of it. It's actually quite easy to make vines. I just keep screwing up my signature. So I don't like that one because it's just out there. I wonder if there's any other stories I can tell you. Oh man, one time I had this dream that there was a zombie chasing me in my old high school. My high school's like square formatted, and we're like just trapped inside. And like I'm just running away from it, and it's just slowly catching up to me. I think it was my lunch lady, which is even more funny when I think about it. So I'm like just running away, and then she eventually catches me, and then like this is horrible. I experienced the entire like eating of my own body. It's like super painful. And then like obviously you can tell I'm scarred, right? After that, like I die, and then the camera pans out, and then it's like Resident Evil, and it's like, oh you died, right? You are dead. You're like, oh. And then I wake up, and it happens again. And it's like happens again for like how many times did that happen? Dude, at least 15 times I died in that dream before I woke up. Wasted. Yeah, it's pretty raw when I think about it. Need to level up first, dude. Yeah. I tried so many different ways to get away. There was like no way out. All the doorways were like blocked by like shit tons of cardboard boxes for some reason. It's like, who did this? This is terrible. Yeah, it was good thing you just respawned just so I can freaking feel the feeling of being eaten alive every single time. Huh. It's terrible. Bad level design. Blame my dream level designers. Alright, I'm going to save this. So what's really weird is I keep getting big geometry folders. This is why it's good to save this, because I sense a crash when you start deleting things that are like interconnected like that. Like, yes, Saul. Oh, God. So the one thing I don't like about this one is it's very, like, stylized looking. We'll work with it. We'll figure out what to do. I'm not digging this song, though, that's for sure. Surviving. What you making? We're just blocking out some vinage. Some vinage. Oh. No way. Awesome. Okay, so this isn't really going to work how I'm hoping it will, but it's cool that I figure out how it works. So if you go into the curve tab, see I've added this point. This is like a radius gradient. So like this point will change the radius of the tube or pipe as it goes. So I guess we can, if I set this to like 100, and then it's control and shift that's adding a point, and then go to this one and then make this like 60. The center point of each of these splines, like this one, of course, is going to look really weird. But they should bake out at different thicknesses. Let me see what happens. It's probably going to be really freaking weird. Oh, I didn't tell it to render out the curve. F. Meters, render out the curve. Oh yeah, see, it gets, that's so funny. It gets narrow right around here. Chaos, what's up? Darkland, how you doing? Classic render curves, dude, old school. Yeah, look how many. Oh man, that's so bad. Gross. Happy accident for organic vines though. Yeah, I mean I can add a bunch of points to the thing and just like make it all different types of thicknesses and stuff. Mostly games. What are you talking about? It's not stressful. It's because of involving a lot of shooting. Most memorable dreams tend to be depressing, huh? Dude. The ones that I tend to remember are very like very sci-fi or really strange, or they're zombie based. Because you know, zombies. Oh, that's cool. Thanks. Wait, does that really select all the way? What? That's kind of cool. Dude, you could do some crazy stuff with that. Everyone dying is depressing. Not the crazy edge loops. Bah. I wonder if I can do just like the selection and then polygon detriangulate. Nope, that does not seem to work. I need to do it like unselected. That works for me. Man, this thing is a little dense. If I do say so myself. That's gross. Just gonna do that. Doo-doo-doo-doo. You're making a scene? Yes. Yes. Awesome, dude. You got this. You got this. Meh. Oh, Ben, you're so cool. Oh, gross. That's the stinky cheese, man. Stinky cheese. Springer, focus on the Dotas, man. Gotta get that Dotes. Dude, designer, again, thanks for the 1,000 bits. That's freaking crazy. You trying to, like, dethrone Reed or something? That won't work, man. Guy's a machine. I keep looking down to see where the L key is. You're like, yeah, no, that goes behind. It's fine. Shh, it's fine. No motos anymore? Dude, I keep switching between a bunch of stuff. I find myself using a lot of random things these days, so I end up going in and out of Moto Zen depending on what's happening. That's a good question, though. I didn't even realize I haven't been in there. How weird. Dude, Zen for Moto is freaking good, by the way, guys, if you haven't tried it out. It's like, it cleans up a lot of the UI. Like, look, and then everything is on, like, the V key and the G key. It's like if you need to get to your, holding down control, you can just, like, open your UV window when you want. It's very, I guess it's very Blender-like when you think about it. Man, this song's really happy. Nars, you guys training for Dota? Is that what's going down? Did I remove the cube? What? What do you mean? I'm confused. Say my name. Say my name. Oh, I see. I see. I was like, what? I'm getting like half the conversation. I'm sorry. Blender's pretty cool, man. If I had the patience, I'd probably... I guess not the patience. If I had the time, I got plenty of patience. Alright, so when you go into wireframe, you zoom out like this, you can see a lot where a lot of the density is. You can just go in and clean that up. Look at it, gets all thin up here and then thick again. That's funny. Alright, got some other craziness going on here. Just gonna smooth that all out. Let's see how it's looking. Yeah, it's all good. Let's grab all of this minus the tops, and we'll just kind of do a what is it? Noise. And we'll just move this. Actually. Mm-hmm. Ah, that's weird looking. I don't know about this, guys. You gonna use tileables for those? Yeah. Yes, sir. Like I was saying earlier, this one's really big. I don't know if that one's probably going to go better way up here. Whoops. Just... I should just do my streams with all the sound effects I can think of. Alright, where you at? Where you at, Vine? There you is. It's like, why can't I select you? That's kind of cool. I'm going to wait until it's out of beta, but I'll be using it. We'll be using it for blockouts and stuff. It'll be really good. This makes me wonder if I can make this bigger. What's really cool about this is we can block all these out, right? We can place these wherever we want. And then we can go in and update them and add like extra alpha detail of other like smaller microvines. And then it'll already be placed. This is why I suggest blocking stuff out pretty early on. I mean, look at all that implied detail. Oh, the free version in the asset store? Yeah, I'll just wait. That's cool, though. I didn't know that it was already technically there. I wonder when they'll add booleans to it, because you know they're going to. Like, it just makes sense. Two questions for you, DiNusty. One, is lighting fully dynamic or is it baked? Do you have a video where you explain how you did your lighting? Right now the lighting is just like the base lighting. I'm just doing real-time global illumination, and then I'm also generating the global illumination sample. But then after that, then everything is just kind of pulling off of that sample. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Yeah, it's dynamic right now. I mean, maybe later I'll bake it. It'll really depend on some stuff, right? Like the camera angles that I'll get and whatnot. Right now, I don't really want to worry about it. Because see, then I can move the light around and just explore the shapes that I'm interested in seeing. You know? But do I have a live stream where no, not really. I mean, you want to watch me set up the lighting setup for it? I'll show you. We'll grab these. We'll grab this corner piece too. So we'll get these pieces. We'll save this. New scene. Oh God, where am I? All right, here's the assets, right? I've pasted them in. I've got a directional light that's automatically in here. We're just going to find like a interesting lighting angle. And then, all done. I'll probably, once I get the scene into a position where like I feel like I want to start getting some nice renders out of it, I'll probably wipe all of the lighting, all of the probes, and like all the reflection captures and just redo the lighting completely. See if you want, I guess I could put this out like this. Actually, no, I'm not. Where's the... You're talking about the skybox, right? I don't know where it's at. Let me see if I can find it. Save it as setup. Hang on here. Yeah, you can update reflection captures in Unity in real time. Let me see here. Directional lights. Sky. Dude, South Stands, thanks, man. 4 months, dude, crazy. I mean, there's screen space reflections as well, but oh, I got weird effects going on right now. I think those are the screen space reflections actually going on. Hang on here. Oh, there it is. Gym test. Okay. So if I go into, let me go back into this. We'll go into setup again. So the shadows are super dark. Yeah, because you can do skybox, you can do custom, cube map. Let me do this. So this is like the default, right? I've already forgot, dude, it's been so long, I already forgotten how to like get that set up. because I have this. It's like a 3K HDR. I'm like, what? Skybox. I think I had to make a sky material. Let me see here. Yeah, I think it's this. There we go. So like this is just whatever this is. And you can see what it does to the it's pretty awesome actually. You can see there's some reflective stuff going on there, so we can maybe like reflection probe. So this is the probe that you're talking about, and you see anything inside of this will receive the reflection of whatever this probe captures. But if you go into the probe itself, you can grab these and you can move this around, which is kind of cool. Make sure this is all like encompassed. The reason you'll want to do it like this actually is because it allows you to move the probe individual or separate of the capture. Oops. I'm like, wait, what? So here's the probe, right? So right now I have it set to baked. If I hit bake, oh, this might eat the stream frame rate. I don't know. No, we're good. So have this reflection, right? You can see the mesh in there. Whoops. But you can, instead of baked, you can do real time. Oh man, come on. I must be hiding it. Hang on here. There's the icon. Okay. So every frame you can click that and you can see. You see the reflections actually updating. Well, actually, it doesn't look like it's updating. On awake. Anywho, that reflection probe will help you with, like, you see how when I delete this, you can see we're getting all these weird reflections. It's because it's just overall reflecting everything. I mean, if your material has any type of high reflectiveness in its roughness, like you can see there's stuff reflecting here, right? By adding that probe, it can like help you wipe a bunch of that information out. If we go here, go to the global illumination. This might eat the stream up for a second. Give me a sec here, though. So this, let's see. Oh yeah, you need to make sure these are set to static as well. Oh, they're set to static. Directional light, real time. All right, let's generate. Oh God, don't freak out. Skybox. Intensity. You're a 12th? 12th team, or? That doesn't sound bad. Was it 12th out of... It wasn't 12 out of 12, was it? Because that's a little rough. There we go. So this is the sample we're getting for the real-time global illumination. The nice thing about this is if you go to shaded, you can do stuff like, let's see if I can... Well, maybe it's not baked. But like I can apply emissives and it'll like bounce on the stuff correctly, which is pretty awesome. Oh, awake means play. Okay, that's good to know. Ooh, dude, this song is I'm feeling this. This is good. Okay, so let's go back to the material testing. Cuz like you see all this, like once all of the probes and stuff load up, we can see the bounce light is there. What is going on here? There's like some really strong AO or something happening. Oh, it's already 8:46, guys. Oh, crazy, Nars. I think I've got some screen space stuff going on. This guy. There it is. It's a little strong, huh? Oh, right. And then we've got screen space reflections, which I want to turn off. There we go. So, let's see here. Like if I grab this guy, let me see if I can. I can see, so I've applied this emissive here, and you can see it's bouncing correctly from the bake. I think a good engine will have a screen space AO and a baked AO solution where they can interact with each other correctly. You should have both of them. I mean, you see how that's like, that's updating? It's pretty freaking cool. Look at that. That's because I have baked my my GI. Usually I hide the skybox in the back. Dab bleeding. So nice. The bleed is real. Yeah, another thing I need to do is finish the floor here. Because we've got basically the space blocked out now. We just need to keep moving. If I go to albedo only. Just start grabbing this stuff and duping it around. Building the stair sets and whatnot. Unity Vanilla. External GI solution. I assume you can do whatever you want if you have the skills. But I mean, they have built-in Enlighten, which is pretty good. And the new stuff with Octane that's coming out on the next one will be vanilla. And that's going to be freaking hot sauce. Oh god, that's blinding. Sorry. Yeah, it's fun though. I'm having fun with this scene. And I get to answer all your guys' questions, which is good. I need to make this material. Glowing edges for a moment. So that AO is actually pretty interesting. Or the moss, rather. So if you zoom in on it, you can see it looks like that, right? It's also got an AO, so like if it's in shadow, you get little AO inside of between all of the stuff, but in light, that AO goes away. And then when you get glancing angles, I make it lighten using Fresnel. And that Fresnel also masks out the ambient occlusion, so because at glancing angles you wouldn't see the ambient occlusion, would you? If it was real ambient occlusion of like micro details. It's like, isn't there water in here? I'm like, where did the water go? There was a bug recently that I was dealing with, and I didn't know how you fix it. Yeah, that water looks borked. What's going on? What's going on, water? I'll be interested to see Unity's approach with their material editor. Should be cool. So shadow color, looks like that needs to be brought down. Tiling's fine. Normal scale. Water depth. Foam depth looks like it's off. You should talk to Ma if you're interested in the water stuff. You should talk to Forceling. He did some pretty cool water for his last scene he worked on. VFX, get your blood running hot. Nice. Feels good, man. Water smoothness. You're talking about this right here? It's just a specular slider. It's just shifting the specular. I didn't build this material. This is whatever came with Amplify. So I have a bunch of example materials, which is really cool, actually. I actually don't like the foam very much in it, though. It's probably just because I don't know how to control it. You see it hook up there for a second? It's actually recapturing a probe that's nearby. Yeah, we'll come back to that later. This actually, this vine stuff here, I feel like is too big. Dang, that's depressing. Time forever favors the young. Your time's over, son. Your time's over. Yeah, that foam doesn't really make sense for what we're building here. I wonder if you could just like push this up against the tree. Not that one. Whoa, that voice. Vine. See, I'd love to have like all the time in the world. And like, you just see all the jungle and stuff, and then it's just like, camera pans through this, and it's like, and just some guy walking up to this. All right, it is 9 o'clock, guys. I got to get out of here. Oh, wait, no, I don't. I still have 30 minutes, don't I? My God. Talk about exciting. That light angle is not going to be possible. I think maybe something like... That's an interesting angle. You get this focused here. I'm going to add some wind to the vines. Oh my god. That's a sick idea. I don't know. Let me just save this real quick. What happened to the videos of the past streams? They actually, I can't post them because I have music on top of them. So the volumetric lights are only visible at game time. Like you can't see it while you're flying around like this unless you can tell me how to do that. If there's a way, I would love to know it. 30 more minutes. Ah! Can't handle. Okay, let's well, this makes it kind of easy to see what I'm doing. Okay. Oh. Never mind. It doesn't show me what I'm selecting. What about in albedo only? Nope. Great. Awesome. Let's go ahead and build this corner over here. I think I'm going to need to rotate the light, sadly. That should give me something. Yeah, it only shows at runtime. Freaking bugs me. Yeah, delay is not on our side today. Oh, we don't want to see those. Where you at, tree? Block out. Tree block out. So floor pit. So I need to see is the pit frame. Okay, so we can build around. Build around this. Oh yeah, see those shadows are cool. We'll just do this for now. We'll do this side too. Whoops. Dude, there's some serious loading stuff going on in the background. I wonder why that's happening. It's like, oh, I gotta think about this. Like, no, you don't. It's fine. This is fine. I'm sure there's some holes in there. Yep, look at that. We'll just close that up. Maybe we'll take this one, push it down. Take this one and make it thicker. Title, what's going on, man? How you doing? What are your plans on the Fundamentals series? Oh yeah, we were talking about that. I'm not quite sure. The series is going to be called the Firestarter, though. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for that. I wonder if I can... How many floor pieces have I made for this scene? So these two here are not floor pieces. They were for the tops of these straight guys, so that I can like flip them around and turn them around and change them around if I need to. As far as the voodoo people will be after me from Prodigy. But for the floor tiles, there's only two pieces, and I've just made it so like the upside down of it, the reverse side is different, and I can just flip them around when I need to. So the Firestarter series is actually going to be pretty vast because I've recorded the first video, and it'll basically go from like start to finish of building this piece, going like reference gather, how to block out, testing it in game and making sure that scale looks right, thinking about stairs, building the high poly, ZBrush, sculpting. All of the brushes that I use will be in there. Building the low poly, how I build a low poly in ZBrush, and then how you could build a low poly manually. Unwrapping, force normals, baking, getting clean bakes, using Substance Painter for baking and Marvelous Designer for baking, and then texturing in Substance Painter. And then also bringing it into Unreal, building a shader for that, building a layered shader version for it, so it can show you how layered shaders work. And then also building the same thing in Unity. It's actually a lot of videos. I think there's like 40 hours worth of stuff that I've got planned out. Oh, you're a strong one, Ma. But yeah, that's a big video. I expect something like that to be at the earliest done by the end of the year. There's just so much content to it, and I have almost no time. It's like maybe I should just record the videos and then hire an editor or something. That sounds weird to me though. I don't do that. But how else am I going to find the time, right? Okay, so I think I want a platform very similar to what's going on over here. You can see, too, these stairs are actually just the top pieces that I was using for the floor thing earlier. So, like, we can just grab these. Grab these. That's awesome that you purchase your stuff. Yeah, I purchased my stuff too. You guys actually helped me out quite a bit with that through your guys' support. Oh, hang on, let me make sure this is lined up. Whoop. I think actually it's somewhere around like right. How is it connected over here? Okay, this goes into that corner is about the halfway point. So this we're gonna pull back like that. We're gonna grab these guys. Need to grab this corner piece. This actually has to squeeze in here somehow. The popo. Do you hear the popo? Whoa, that's an overhang. It's giving me a bit of lip. That's good. That's funny. I should probably save, huh? Lip only goes so far, and then it just crashes. Actually, I want a less busy surface. So see, we'll grab this one. We'll just use it like this. Mm-hmm. You see how I'm getting a lot of reuse out of these pieces pretty easily, actually. It's pretty empty over there. Oh, it's a bit floaty as well. See, and then, oh yeah, I can just show you guys, for the people that have not seen it, just all the little kit pieces that I have. They're so useful, man. Like, they just automatically work for you. It's kind of nice in that regard. You're like, oh no, there's stuff sticking out here. Why? Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. That's what things like this are for. Oh, that's weird. It doesn't have like the material on by default. That's funny. Rubble. This corner one's fun because I can just shove it into these little corners. Just hide this. Works for me. Knock, what's up, man? Are you just phasing the assets through the ground? Yeah, just pushing them through the ground. I'm talking about this. Dude, check this out. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. Now you need to redo the hiding part on the left. Oh, you're talking about over here? Talking about this stuff here? Oh, this one's way too big. Yeah, basically you just have to babysit this stuff until it looks like it'll work. But yeah, with the ground being uneven as well, you're gonna run into a lot of the problems. And you can see this is where the bake ends for the GI. I'm glad it can inspire you, man. That's probably one of the more important things. That just learning something, or maybe you bring something to the table that I didn't know about, you know. We're always learning. We got 15 minutes, guys. See, this is the other piece that I was talking about that I reuse a lot, this piece. So you can like duplicate these, right? Bring it over here. Then maybe I can either turn it around like this. Maybe I need to take this guy, it goes through the wall, which is fine. And then maybe I'll dupe this one. Maybe I'll turn it this way. You can see like all the reuse that you end up getting out of it. Awesome. Feels good. Feels good, man. Woogie, what's up? Will you bake the lighting or just real time? I'm not sure yet. Might do a little bit of both. Because you can, in here, you can actually do, where's it at? So you can do baked, right? You can also do a mix where you can choose what's real time and then what's baked. So you can have light maps intermixed with like real time lighting. Like how, that sounds awesome. Like how useful is that? or if it's cold. The moment it's visible, it can render. I mean, you're still paying for it even if it's cold. You know what I mean? Because it's got to check to see if it needs to cool it or not. Never forget that. The best thing to do would be to build it in a way where you can build volumes where you're like, if you're inside of this volume, you don't render unless the camera goes inside of it, for example. So basically you're controlling, like, you're having it look at the volume, and then it's like, okay, if they're in the volume, then I'll start checking everything inside of it. But yeah, preprocess the culling is another portion of it. I mean, that starts to get really technical, and I'm not in a position where I can comfortably have a discussion about that without possibly saying something wrong. You know what I mean? Gotta be, I gotta make sure that you guys are getting the right infos. Like this scaling stuff that you see me doing, that's kind of a no-no in games. I mean, you could do it, but it's like you're risking, like you're messing with texel density, you're messing with like the scale of stuff starts to get, or can start to get weird. Like, see, I should take this piece. I should make sure that it's a 1 by 1 by 1. And then this little gap here, we can solve by just grabbing one of these little guys. That way you're skewing it less. Right? So let's see here. See, now I have a little gap there as well, so I gotta take this, and there's still a little hole in there. We won't worry about that though. What about rocks? What about rocks? Just like 6 varieties of bricks, they have pieces together, but in smaller parts. Yeah, see, then you're having to call like multiple assets, right? Like what I should do, because all of this ground is like being called by just 2 assets. Later on, if like we need to start cutting down mesh counts that need to be loaded in or not, like, you know, you're going to load this room the moment you walk in here, right? And everything is going to have to be loaded because you might see it. So in that case, it might actually be better to, like, once this has all been done and built, to take these and like take this whole like chunk here and export all of them, turn it into one piece, and then bring it back in. That way it only is loading one piece instead of having to load a bunch of little pieces. But that all depends on game, like the game you're building, how it's loading, what it's on, like what system it's going to be played on, stuff like that. See, there's the lightning of the moss I was talking about in the shader. It's really apparent there. All right, we got 5 minutes. You can delete the parts that never are going to be seen. That doesn't help as much as people think it does. In that sense, each time you do that, you're making this piece, like, if I only need to delete part of it, and then this one, say this is the same piece, and then I delete this part of it because you're not seeing that for some reason. 2 pieces that would have been loaded as the same one instance now are actually 2 unique assets. And then it also depends on what the game is. Like if you're doing baked levels that get baked down and they're just one unique asset that loads in, like a level that loads in as its own, then you could probably trim away like that just to save on poly counts and stuff. But I don't think poly counts are as big of a deal as they are anymore. It's more about like making sure your shader expenses are in check. Like how many shaders are you loading and whatnot. Nathan Drake, dude, that'd be an honor if he just chilled in here. He's like, I wonder what I can find here. Oh, nothing. She didn't build it. There's no, I mean, what he's gonna find are these 3 donuts. These 3 donuts here. That's what he's gonna get. Well, I just noticed, like, on stream that the editor is really slow for you guys. That's super annoying. I'm sorry. Yeah, merging down draw call is definitely more effective than deleting unseen geometry. Dude, that's going to bug me. Are the vines done? I mean, they're getting there. I just started closing up some of the openings back here. We got all this stuff in now, which is kind of cool. Uh-oh. Did the music stop? The music stopped, guys. Let's go to the playlist. Kill Paris? Ooh. Kill Paris is good. Combining big chunks of mesh. That's the draw call, merging draw calls that Chaos is talking about. Dardam. Snickers, what's up, man? You're only getting 1080 instead of source? I think I'm only outputting at 1080. Oh man, I'm starting to get some interesting angles. We're gonna just turn this all into water down here. Oh. Yeah, that's a shame that the Unity is choppy like that. I don't like it. I need to get that 3rd monitor so I can get the streaming PC up. I have another computer. It's just sitting here. Yeah, because like the ground is made by 2 assets, right? But you could merge like large chunks of them together, so it only has to load 1 in. You trooper. We got 1 minute, D-Clan. You came back just in time to realize I'm not a trooper. Not sure what a trooper is. I think it's a military thing. What a trooper. Oh, we got a gap. We got a gap right here. Select these guys and just... There we go. Okay, I'm going to save this out. All right, guys. Yeah, occluding is good when you, you know, when you need to occlude portions. But if the area needs to be loaded all the time anyways, then you don't need to occlude. Unity will batch same meshes with same textures and render them in one draw call. B4 NJ0, thank you. That's awesome. I did not know this. Like this, and then like this, and then like that. That's good to know. I did not know that. I'm not a technically savvy type of artist. I can art, but that's about where I sit currently. GPU instancing does a lot of the work. That's awesome. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. You should join the Discord because that would actually be really cool to have some more technically savvy people discussing how things work. Maybe I'll learn something too, right? I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to follow or sub or whatever you would like to do. Yeah, dude, the scaling, see? Yeah, the scaling for sure I know will mess up batching in that sense. Because now it's kind of a different asset. Anyways, all right, guys. I will see you later. Have a productive week, and let's see if I can get some in credits going on here. It's been a pleasure, guys. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for all those bits, and I will see you guys on Thursday. I have a portfolio review or two. And scaling doesn't matter in GPU instancing? Oh my god. That's awesome. All right, cheers, guys.